Today we'll be over at the school, as many of you have been to for many years, the Democracy Days, and you tell these kids about what elections are about and what life is about, what freedom is about, and what they can and can't do as they grow up. And it makes a big difference when you have good people running for office, and then you ultimately send those people to Jefferson City for us to work with. Really is a true positive. I know Senator Bernskoetter is on a family outing this week. We're on legislative spring break. But again, another super good guy. And of course, you got your homegrown Blaine Luetkemeyer fighting for us up in Congress. That's what, this breakfast and the Democracy Days that follows is all about. Who are we sending to represent us, and what does that person do, and do they meet our values? And I can tell you that the people you send meet the values of Miller County and Missouri, which are, in my opinion, common sense, kind of Christian family values. So I'm grateful that you would do that. Lieutenant Governor's office, we are open for you, anybody who wants to come, except for Rob. I gave Rob my card. Rob, you're really not actually invited. Where'd you go? Back to the meeting. We would love to see you come by the Capitol. We're on the second floor. Just real quickly, in the Lieutenant Governor's office, if you don't know what the Lieutenant Governor does, I tell everybody you join 99.9% of all Missourians who have no idea what the Lieutenant Governor does. But besides presiding over the Senate, we are the Veterans Advocate, we are the Seniors Advocate, we sit on the State Tourism Commission, we also work on a Buy Missouri program and a couple other boards and commissions we sit on. But the big thing that I get involved in, and this is mainly where I've been involved down in Miller County many times, is a lot of economic development work. Matt Davis, I know, is here. You guys know him. As you know, I'm a Ford dealer by trade, so I love any Mustang. But Matt has done a fantastic job, along with your other community leaders, of making sure the economy here in Eldon is growing and going in the right direction, and we're making things happen. So with his efforts and a lot of those types of people around the state, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to create opportunities for Missourians and how to create communities that can continue to build and thrive and exist here in Missouri that has positive outlook for our folks for years and years to come. So we are super happy to be able to be here this morning with you. I'm sorry it's so brief, but I know you have a lot of speakers that are probably more exciting than I am. I just want to tell you thank you for long-term relationships here in Miller County in the Eldon area, and for always showing up for these events and supporting the event we'll have later on this morning in Democracy Day. So thank you so much for being here this morning. Thanks for letting me go early. God bless you guys. Thank you.
Some other minor little things that you might have heard about was we got open enrollment passed out of our side of the building. Had a lot of communication with folks on that issue. There's a lot of misinformation out there with it. I would encourage you to actually read the bill and consider the things that Brad Pollock, who sponsored the bill, he's, by the way, a former superintendent, what he had to say about it. It doesn't create super teams. All MSHA rules, that's been my number. Of all the things that people could ask me about as far as open enrollment is concerned, what they're concerned about is the sports aspect of it. But all MSHA rules apply 100%. You can't move to another school for sports. So just like it was before. The other one is my HJR 37, which simply put, puts accountability and oversight on MoDOT. They are one of the few organizations in the state that is not, at least in their opinion, subject to the same oversight and accountability that every other state department has. No, it will not end the world as we know it. It doesn't keep projects from being built in the state of Missouri, and it doesn't take highway funds and spend them on social programs or whatever. So you heard a lot of misinformation about that one too. But who in this room thinks that bureaucrats do not need oversight? Nobody? Well, I agree with you. They do. So with that, that's all I've really got.
Building permits, just about $6 million. 2022, 223 permits, almost $10 million worth of growth in Eldon. That's huge. That's a $3 million plus. Quaker building opened last year. Adient has a new line going in right now. I'm not sure if it's up and running yet, but it will be soon. Lots of growth going on in Eldon. We have a lot of projects starting. If you've been by the school, the high school, you see the stormwater project, Sorry, Matt, that's going to be a mess for a while. But it's going to be a great project. Stormwater will be under the sidewalks, so we won't have any more collapsing streets there, at least hopefully. Paving project, 1.1 million. We are the first on the list for that group. Hopefully that will start soon as the weather takes a better turn than this morning. Airport remodel, we've got a $1 million project there. UV sewer project, the last piece of the sewer upgrade, about $1 million will hopefully be done by the end of the year. So we've got a lot of projects that are getting ready to start. We're excited. Maybe some bad news, but I'll tell you this. We missed out on some ARPA grants recently. The reason we missed out on the ARPA grants, good news, our poverty rate is lower than it's ever been. Our jobless rate is lower than it's ever been. So as Don and I talked to people, we're like, hey, this is a good thing. We didn't get those grants for infrastructure that we really need it for, but the reason we didn't get it is because Eldon is doing really well. Thank you all. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you don't have my cell phone number, most of you do out there, ask somebody, they'll give it to you. Call me. We'll help you out. Thanks.